Lions fans, we're burning it all down.
Tearing it to the studs.
Okay.
Right, Sheila?
So
With your home
my
improvement. Now we're doing home improvement
my
analogies.
my thing
I
is
see what
this
we're doing
season started off with such expectations. Like we were actually building,
Oh,
we're trying to build,
Did it
and it's over. That's done. They have completely
It was the Hard Knocks hangover. Everybody got excited.
they've
Ooh,
dismantled
Dan
everything.
Campbell. Ooh, the coaching staff. Ooh, I like the coaching staff. Ooh, they play for him. Ooh.
But by
And
trading Hawkinson,
Here we are, 1-6.
yeah, but by trading Hawkinson today
Trade TJ Hawkinson today.
for a second and a third, but gave up a fourth and a conditional fourth, so equal pick swaps.
Right.
But
When I saw initially, I think Bleacher Report reported it was 4 picks. I was like, oh, okay.
you
Okay.
you can't bring Dan Campbell back now. This has to be. We can. I'm not doing this. If this is a burn it down, and now we just erase the last season and a half of Dan, like it never happened, like it didn't exist. Like we got what's that Will Smith movie where they boo? No, I'm not playing that. This guy has one of the worst coaching records in the history of football to start in his first season and a half. And we're going to what? Burn it down and start over so he gets another 3 years from this point? No!
Give him input to a draft where you have 4 picks in the top two rounds.
But this is the thing. If they bring him back, it automatically has to be 3 more years. They can't bring him back and then go the Matt Patricia route, and on Christmas morning we're unwrapping a MCDC getting shit canned, and now the new regime gets stuck with Jeff Okudah and the rest of the draft picks that were made based on the old regime's shit. We can't do that. Because if we do that, because they're probably drafting a quarterback in this draft, whether it's with the first pick or the second pick. They're going to take a quarterback. So now we let MCDC do that. He gets canned. We open that on Christmas morning and get shit in our mouths again. Now we're stuck with Justin Fields' situation, a new coach who's going to want his type of guys. Who knows who's going to be hired, right? How can we do this again? Because then we're not, and now we're skipping an entire year. We're wasting an entire season, basically. Basically, that's what we've been told.
That's common, man.
We just wasted a year and a half of we're building it, we got grit, the locker room's buying in, we're going to win games, W's and whatever. Well, I haven't seen any W's, haven't seen any wins, haven't seen any growth, really. The defense has gotten slightly better since weeks 1 and 2 and 3.
What?
But it doesn't matter, we're losing. We're not winning.
Define slightly better for me here.
Okudah has looked better. Hutchinson's looked better in the last two games or so. So those picks don't look like complete wastes of space.
I didn't see the Miami game again. I live in Northwest Ohio. I got other shitty football.
With this all
what did Hutch do?
Is organizationally.
I saw he had 1 tackle.
No, but he doesn't look like he's completely wasted space. My problem isn't even the players. It's trading away Hawkinson and getting a second round pick, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with them trading away and not paying him. I didn't want to pay him to begin with. So that I'm fine with. But when you trade him away and the team is 1-6, going nowhere fast, there's no improvement, and at best, he wins 2 more games this year, 3, maybe, and that's only if he gets teams at the end that are not playing for anything. This could possibly be a 1-whatever team going into the final. They're burning it down to give a new regime picks, I hope. Because if they bring back Dan Campbell, we're going to be sitting in the same Matt Patricia place come late next year. Because they're not going to win a bunch of games next year. No matter who they draft. They're going to be young. It's fucking daddy daycare. They're going to have a bunch of kids. Dan Campbell with space helmet on, saying grit and other bullshit. And we're stuck eating all of the bullshit.
Wes, get ready for a big helping of turd pie.
It's more wet shit in my mouth.
That's what I'm talking
tasting
about.
It.
They already made
The
the
NFL is
regime
made for
No,
teams to
they
be
already made their
god-awful
preemptive.
and go from god-awful to good in a year or two. Not the Lions.
They already made their preemptive move. They fired Aubrey Pleasant, who was clearly the problem.
Yeah.
The defensive backs coach was clearly the problem. You know, the guy
Even
that's
though the
developing
defensive
the guy
backs
that's
have actually
developing
played
Jeff
slightly
Okuda.
well.
The guy that's developing Jeff Okuda. You're the problem.
No, the offense has
No,
been the problem lately.
No, MCD. Well, that's good in the first half.
And Dan Campbell's not a head coach. He's not a head coach. He's not. Like I said last week, a real coach in this team is 3-3. And we're looking to make a trade and get a player and bring him in and try and get over the hump. We're looking to get a Bradley Chubb with our draft capital. Like, we can do that now.
You're cute. You're cute.
Well, at 1-6, yeah, why would anybody want to come here? But at 3-3, with decent shit, you can actually try and trade for people. But now we're giving away players, good players, for what? To go through an entire rebuild all over again. I thought we started that a year and a half ago. And now we're starting again?
This is SOL, baby. You saw this coming.
It's the ultimate SOL. And we're going to have another 3 years of this shit.
You're right. There will be another 3 years of Dan Campbell. Because Sheila likes him.
I don't give a shit what Sheila can go back to coaching fucking youth soccer.
Don't do it.
But
don't do it, Billy Butcher.
I can't. It's so hard to watch that. Now, this whole season now has become me watching them, wanting them to lose again.
Yeah, because now you can't win.
No. You want to finish dead now. It's tank now. And
it's
we
tank
didn't
mode.
want to do this. This is not what we wanted. I'm losing my voice. This is not what we wanted.
I did from week one. You weren't on board yet.
We wanted to see improvement. I wanted to see 8 wins. I thought that was possible. It was possible.
It was.
With a better coach, it was possible. They win some of those games early on. That Vikings game was a W. They fucking gave it away. They played the Eagles right down to the end. I know they had bigger leads, but they came back. It was a closer game. Like, they beat Washington, but even Washington is winning games still. With Tyler Heineke at quarterback. Can you even name 6 players on the Commanders? No. But they're winning fucking football games and the Lions can't win shit. I'm tired of it. I hate this fucking organization. I hate that we're back to square one. All over again. We're doing it again. We're rebuilding and the fans will all buy into it. Oh, we got a second round pick. We're gonna get Corum with that second round pick. You watch.
Oh, stop it. We got our punter of the future
though.
Locked up our punter though.
Great.
Which is great.
Use him once a game. Because we go for it on 4th down.
He kicks off too.
It's just so mind-numbing that we deal with this same shit. Every time we get a new coach, it's like we get a little bit of hope and then it's just all gone so fast. And the organization doesn't have a clue on how to run a football operation.
It's draft talk now, kid. It's draft talk.
Great. So Will Anderson at 1, that's obvious.
Is it?
It better be. If they take one of these quarterbacks over Will Anderson, I will.
They're gonna take the quarterback, kid.
No. None of them are worth the number 1 pick. Will Anderson is worth the number 1 pick. I'm tired of this shit. Take him. He's the best player on the board.
And you know what? He makes Aiden Hutchinson better.
Exactly. He makes everyone on the defense better. Which is what they need. They need the defense to be better. We can find a quarterback. We can get a guy. I don't care. Drew Stanton, he doing anything, he can come in and game manage it. Sure, he's somewhere out there. Brian Hoyer could probably come in and do a better job than Jared Goff. Goff can't throw the ball downfield. It's honestly, unless the guy is completely wide open, he might hit him. But
I don't know, man.
It's so painful to watch. I wanted them to get Marcus Mariota so bad in the offseason. So bad. This team would be
What's
better
he
with
doing?
Marcus Mariota at quarterback.
What's he doing? Winning games in Atlanta now?
If only the Lions knew what winning games was. I have no idea. I've only seen, one in like months and months?
I don't know. Dan, what's he up to? 4 wins?
4.
4 wins in 2 years?
4. And what? 1 was a gifted win because they weren't trying. So 3.
And a tie.
He tied.
He's got a tie in there too.
It's so fucking dumb. The whole thing, we're going to do it again. And and this time next year, we're going to be saying the same shit. Except we're going to have a handful of draft picks made by this regime that a new regime is going to be stuck with.
Make your peace with it, bro.
They can't. You cannot let them select a quarterback.
They can and they will.
You could take Will Anderson because any regime's going to want that guy. But you can't pick a quarterback. You can't. You can't do it. Not with the first round picks. You can't.
Get ready for CJ Stroud, kid.
No, I'm praying that they get first pick and they're smart and they know that they can't pass up on Will Anderson. And then with the Rams pick, they'll take whatever's left with the quarterback. Like I said last week, the sloppy seconds of the quarterback. Because
so help me God, if they take Will, at that point, don't even take a quarterback. If Will Levis is the only thing that's available.
Yeah, I know I was on that, but I there's none of them. I don't want any of them. I think we can go out and find a guy, a journeyman who can be a game manager. There's enough weapons on the offense, and if the running game can the offensive line's good enough. You know what's going to happen, though? They're tearing this shit down. What are some of these veterans going to want? Like, what's Ragnow going to want to do? He's not going to be like, oh, please, can I go through this over again? Decker's going to be like, guys, can I sign up and go through another 5 years of shit before we can be good again? Like, these guys are going to be going to the office saying, trade my ass. Get me out of here. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, how long's Penei Sewell gonna?
Well, he's stuck. He's on a rookie. He's here for at least the rookie deal. But I'm talking Ragnow. I'm talking Decker. These guys are not going to want to be here to go through another 3 years before they can actually try to be in the playoffs. That was supposed to be this year. This year was the growing year. Next year was playoffs or nothing else. And now we got these guys. We got to tell Ragnow. We got to tell all these veterans. Sorry, guys. We're still 2 years away minimum. If I'm them, I'm saying, get me the fuck out of here. I want to be gone. Send me to Minnesota. Why would you want to be here as a veteran? You wouldn't unless money is the only thing you care about. Because if you want to win and you're those guys, you don't want to be here. Like, I know you said Sewell. Of course he wouldn't want to be here if he had a choice, but he doesn't have a choice for a few years. Like, the younger guys, they're stuck.
It's going to be here before you know it, though.
No, it will be. It will be here right as they start to get good. Which was supposed to be.
When are they going to get good?
It was supposed to start.
When do you really
now.
think they're going to get good? What faith do you have in this organization to believe that they're going to get good and do anything with these fucking 4 draft picks in the first 2 rounds in the next year?
At this point, I don't. But I thought maybe.
And you're going to let Dan Campbell have input.
Well, I thought Holmes
on those
was
draft
maybe
picks.
the guy to make the right pick. But Dan Campbell's not the guy to coach them, that's for sure. That I know. That I 100% know. Dan Campbell is not the guy to be coaching the Detroit Lions.
If Sheila does not let Brad Holmes fire this guy after this shit year that they're putting up, why would Brad Holmes even want to be here anymore?
Because it's a paycheck. Because he'll never get fired. These guys will never get fired. They could stay here for 5 years and just keep collecting paycheck after. He'll probably get an extension. That's what the Fords do. They just pay you forever. It's like a piggy bank. Just keep going to it and getting more money.
Yeah.
When you're those guys, whatever. But as a player.
Yeah, but you got to think as a GM.
I swear, if I'm Decker in them, I'm gone. I'm telling them, get me the fuck out of here.
As a GM, you have to listen to that fucking clown tell you what he wants or what he thinks he needs.
They're going to go into that Thanksgiving game with 1 win. The Bears are going to beat us.
Oh yeah, the Bears actually got Fields a weapon today.
But I just
they made a smart trade, at least got him a fucking wide receiver that can catch the ball and get open.
And they got disgruntled players out of the locker room.
They got rid of Roquan.
But they're in a full rebuild too. But at least they're still winning games.
But they're winning games.
They're winning games with a quarterback that the regime doesn't even really want.
They're scoring points in the second half, aren't they?
It's so. It hurts.
What's about
I hate
eight
it
and a
so
half-
much.
What's it? What are they at? Like 6.5 quarters, 6.5 quarters, second half quarters where they haven't scored a point.
It's embarrassing.
'Cause-
It's embarrassing to be a Lions fan. It's embarrassing trying to defend them ever. Trying to be like
you
excited
can't
about
defend-
anything that they do. It's always they just like I said, they just take a giant wet shit in your mouth every year. And you don't have a choice but you just gotta eat it and then move on and say, well, next year. We've been saying next year forever. It's never gonna change.
Here we are, November 1st, and it's full on
It's
tank
because
mode
they
draft.
don't
Let's
let
draft.
football. They get Chris Spielman, but I still would love to know the exact allowance he's had to make decisions. I swear to God, they handcuff everybody they hire when it comes to making decisions.
And
that
how much
are
input
football.
does Rod Wood have too?
This is the thing. The Fords need to
Too
never
many-
say anything. Hire football people and just go away. And then when we actually are good, show up in the box and have everybody go, yay, we're good. We're going to actually win a playoff game. Until then, just disappear. Make your hire, come out, shake his hand. Don't even say anything. I don't even want to hear you. When they do fire MCDC and they bring in the new guy, I don't even want to hear her. I want her to go, Chris, you go out and make the announcement. Here's your new head coach of the Detroit Lions. Whoever. Sean Payton. I wish.
Fuck you.
That ain't happening, but you know what I mean? I don't want to hear Sheila say it. I don't even want to hear anything to do with them. You're horrible. You don't know what you're doing.
It's gonna be a love. It's gonna be like when Wayne Fonts got fired. When MCDC gets fired, it's gonna be a love fest. Gonna be hugging on each other.
Cry.
The Ford family did me right.
Grit. So much grit. We don't even play in the second half.
We were close. I just wish I could have got him over the hump. We were so close.
He should just quit.
Every week.
If he was a man, he'd just quit. He'd be like, I'm not doing a good job. Like, look yourself in the mirror, dude, and go, fuck, I'm not good at this. Yet. Maybe he will be one day. But right now, I'm not good at this, is what the mirror is saying back to him. He needs to accept it and just be like, dude, I can't do this. I would be so proud. I would never trash talk him again. If he came out and said, I can't do this, I'm not ready, I'm done. And he stepped aside and he stepped down and said, I'm good with it. I tried. I fucked up. Maybe one day down the road I get another chance. If not, whatever.
Bro,
he
he's
could
not
be a
even
motivational speaker. Go speak to high school kids because that's the level he talks.
He's not even going to make the right hard decision and fire Aaron Glenn.
Oh, he will. That'll come. That'll come as the losses continue to pile and the heat gets more and more and more. This is what cowards do.
No.
A man would step up and say, I'm done. And that's what Dan Campbell portrays himself to be. Oh, look at my traps. I'm ready to go. Woo! Like he's fucking Ric Flair. No, a man would go, I'm not doing a good job. I'm stepping down. No, he's going to let the losses pile up and this motherfucker's going to bury everyone under the bus. Until it finally catches up to him, which will be next year around week 7 or 8, and his ass will be shown the door, and we'll be stuck with the mouthful of wet shit again.
Look at my traps.
He claims to be this man's man, this football guy. He should know that he's not doing a good job. He has to know that. You have 4 wins in a season and a half. He has to know he's not doing a good job. So
you would think, but
at some point, what do? You either throw everybody that you've hired under the bus, or you fall on your own sword, which is what a man would do. But will Dan Campbell do that? Dan Campbell, are you a man? Fall on your sword. Step aside and let the organization find someone else to move forward. You did a good job. You united this team after the rocket scientists completely melted everything down nuclear. You came in, Dan, and you had me excited for a little bit. But I got my kid little MCDC shirt. It was cute. But you know what? You're not the guy. You're not the football coach that's going to win NFL games. You were a really good locker room guy. You built up the confidence around the team. Now it's time to go out Uhtred style and go on your sword. It is your destiny to fall on your sword now.
No, he's just going to keep firing positional coaches.
Exactly. He's going to be like every other NFL coach in the history of the NFL and keep trying to keep his job just a little bit longer.
It's his fault.
Fucking cowards. All of them cowards. Step up and be a man, Dan. You can't do the job. It's that simple.
We just don't. Wait till he makes the "we just don't have the horses" speech. Because it's coming.
It's just so depressing. So depressing. Thanksgiving Day is always fun.
Is it?
Get to enjoy it with your family, with my family. Well, like
maybe
turkey.
Maybe when you bring the Bears or somebody in your division in, you got a shot to beat them. But when you're bringing in the Buffalo football Bills,
it's so bad. It's gonna be so bad. Josh Allen might throw for 700 yards and rush for 3. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be like college stats.
You know what's gonna happen?
They're gonna win. Watch.
Some fucking perfect storm of shit is gonna happen, and they're gonna beat the Buffalo Bills.
I don't even want to put that karma out in the air for the Bills. I don't need Bills Mafia mad at me. Nope, they're just gonna run through it.
Then after the Bills go on to win the Super Bowl, it's gonna be like, hey, we beat the Bills on Thanksgiving, so
yeah.
You know, I told you we were close. We put it together against the champs.
I'm done with it. I'm done with him. Bye.
Tank mode.
Bye.
Hey, Tank. How many times you been on Tankathon today?
I actually haven't checked it today. I've been so just, oh God, it's so mind numbing.
Today, he says.
Well, yeah, I checked it yesterday. It's just you can't win. It's that what you can't win with them. You can't. It's just you can't. It's so bad. It's so bad that now the entire rest of the season is just us hoping for the Lions to lose in more ridiculous ways.
I wanted it to work really bad.
So did I. I wasn't on board early
after Hard Knocks,
but then I got sold on him. I thought, okay, well maybe this can work. I knew he wasn't a great coach, but I thought maybe it could work. Maybe you hire the right guys.
Really shows you the production value HBO has going for it because they sold us on Dan Campbell.
They sold me that he maybe got the right guys in the right spots to lead the team forward. I always thought that this was going to be a thing where he built the team up and then they still always had to find a coach to come in and take over to get to the next level. But he can't even get to the first step. He's tripping on his dick at the first step. Like he goes out and he's falling face flat before he even takes his first step up the stairs. The Lions literally, since they hired him, haven't gone one stair on the stairs to get to where they need to be. So we'll say there's 6 stairs to get to the top, where the Bills and the Chiefs are. The Lions haven't even got to the first stair.
No,
they're still here. A year and a half later, they haven't even made one step.
They haven't crawled yet.
What do you do with that? As a fan, what do you do with that? What are you supposed to do? You're just supposed to say, okay, cool. See you next year, because this year's officially over. See you next year when it's week 6 and we're 1 win or 2 wins. And then what? Oh, well, Thanksgiving we get murdered again by whoever. The only team we can't play on Thanksgiving is the Cowboys. It's so...
Can always throw a bunch of money at Danny Dimes.
Oh, great. That's what we need. Sell all of our season tickets to DH. Fuck. I'm so done. It's over. He
will get season tickets. He told me today.
It's over. I hate it. I hate it all. And I'm gonna go all full stupid Lions fan. Sell the team. Yeah, that's never happening.
Yeah,
the Fords are never selling this team. They're never moving the team. They're never selling the team. Detroit is stuck with this shit.
I got a better chance of growing my hair back
we're stuck.
Reuniting with one of my first 2 wives.
It's what we have. It's what we're stuck with. We just have to hope that maybe one day, like does Sheila have a son? Who can have a son, maybe? Who actually cares about football and invests his time into it?
No, I'm praying she's barren.
The whole family goes barren, and then eventually it just dies away, and the Lions have no owners.
It dies with Sheila.
Then we finally get the sale because the NFL has to force it because the whole family's dead.
Oh, I'm sure she's got
This
kids.
is why rich people never fly on the same private flight. They always fly separately. Because if the plane crashes, that way somebody lives. Can we all just get them all into one... No, I'm not going to say it. Not gonna say it. On that note, there's not a lot to look forward to.
On to Illinois and on to whoever.
On to the next year. On to the draft. On to Will Anderson.
On to tanking.
Will Anderson sweepstakes. Will Anderson on one.
CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud.